Hello and welcome back to Scratch Golf Academy. My name is Anthony Vessecchia. I'm a TPI certified golf fitness instructor. And today I want to give you a few tips, really 3, maybe 4 tips to help you hit the ball further. So please stay tuned. Now before I begin, please like, subscribe, and hit that notification button so that we can keep sending you more content like you're going to get today. So hitting the ball further, one of the main ways that you do so is to generate more ground force. So we want to get more force off the ground so that we can generate more club head speed through impact. Like I said, that force off the ground is going to be one of the main things, and that's going to come with weight shift, some vertical lift as well, especially on that lead leg, but the weight shift coming from the trail leg. Another way that we're going to gain more club head speed is to be able to keep and have more width in your golf swing as well. Some people will get to the top and you'll see their hands get close to their head. We want to try to keep more width so that you have more of a lever action, and that's why the taller people tend to hit it further too if they're athletic, the same as a shorter person. So just more leverage. So they get the more club head down, more club head so that it, not more club head, but more width and more length on the club. So when it comes down with a lot more force. So that's gonna be one of the other things we look at today, is just generating that width, and then also how we're gonna get more squat, lift, and more push off that trail leg and how to do that properly. Okay, so for the first drill, I'm grabbing one of these rolling chairs that you would see doctor's office, people have them in their offices as well. This is one you gotta be very careful with. You could wipe out if you have anything on the floor in your way. One of these pedals can hit, you might catch your own foot. But the reason that I like to do this drill, I do this in some of my testing just to see how somebody naturally does a weight shift or a push off that trail leg. So I'll set them up just the way they were if they were gonna play golf, with their trail leg, their right leg, if they're a right-handed golfer, right here on the floor, and the left leg up and out of the way. And I'll have them just naturally push in that direction. I'll walk behind them so they don't fall. But if you're on, a nice office floor, wood floor, or something like that, you shouldn't have any problems here. But again, do the first couple light before you push really hard. But I'll have them push hard as I'm gonna be right behind them so I can grab them if they're gonna fall over. And I'll have them push their first try just to see how they naturally push off of that trail foot, to see how much distance that they can get. Many, many times I see people pushing off of their foot here, and they're using a lot of their toe. So when they push with their toe, they kind of go backwards this way in almost a 45 degree, not really even a 45, but they'll tend to go backwards instead of directly sideways. And a lot of times in your golf swing, I'm gonna show you when I stand up what that can cause. They don't get much distance on it. So as I have them push more and more, they start to understand that they're going to be pushing a little bit more off the heel than they would suspect that they are, to get more of that straight linear push towards the target that they're trying to go. And they'll find that they get a much further distance by doing so. So I have them just get used to that feel of they can even lean in, load up on it, and then push off the side. I'm going out of frame, so I'm not trying to push too hard, but it's a good test to just start to feel how you have to react off this trail side and how you have to push off of it to really get power down towards the target, okay? So when we get to this position, as long as you're set up properly with that slight, especially with the driver, you wanna be bent to where your fingertips are hitting your knee, and you wanna be behind the ball. You're automatically loaded in that leg. You can feel that same load that you would have if you were here and you had to push, okay? So start to feel this, do this drill, start to push a little bit more and start to feel that you can go in that straight line and start to get further and further, and then see how you feel that feeling in your foot here. You'll find that you're pushing a little bit more off this heel than off this toe than you would think that you would when you're playing golf. And now I'm gonna show you with this what I mean by that. The more I push off my toe, I tend to allow my hips, and it's what's called like a hip hike, which causes an early extension. You'll get yourself here and you'll push off your toe. You tend to get in this position a lot of times for people, and then they rotate. And you can see I'd have to really manipulate the club to get through so that I'm not coming in so steep and slamming straight down on the ball. So again, if I'm pushing more off that heel, I'll find myself really getting through towards that target a little bit more by pushing off the heel, or just letting the heel have more play in that movement. And that'll start to help you generate power on that weight shift of getting from your trail to your lead. So that's one drill. That's a good start. The next one I'm gonna do is gonna be a little bit more for just helping with width. What I like to do is take the club out here and I'll give it a little push. You've seen people do this drill. And this is a good drill for understanding keeping this arm straight, your lead arm, and to gain more width by lifting it up like this. You can see how it keeps this lead arm far away from me when I go. So I'm not getting in here and I'm keeping more leverage and allowing my body to turn. So when it just helps with that. But if you have pain anywhere in here in doing so because you're tight, maybe in your lat or your rear deltoid, then you can do this next drill or this next stretch to kind of help you with that and to loosen that area up. Okay, so here's a stretch that can help you gain some of that width or some of that flexibility here in your lead arm. A lot of times I just go up to a pole a lot of times and I set my arm across me just like this, and I'll take my other arm and go over the top and I'll just drop down in this position. In doing so, I can feel a nice stretch here through my rear deltoid, and it'll pull on my lat as well. And it's just gonna allow me to get my arm more in this position so that I'm not breaking down. Now, you can gain some of that width back when you start the downswing and you extend it back out there, but you're just adding extra to the swing instead of just keeping it nice in one place, smooth, without any manipulation. So again, this is just a cross-body stretch. And you can stretch out and really feel your lats here. That's one thing that I like to do to just get that feel that I can get a little more width in my swing. And now for the last drill, I would talk about being able to kind of drop down and explode out. We already talked about the weight shift going from the trail leg to the lead leg with pushing with the stool there, with the rolling stool. Then we had the other one for getting the width. Now with this one, we're gonna focus on, once you've already loaded, we've felt that load by how you set up and you rotate here, how we're going to now get a slight drop and feel ourselves pop out of it with still having that same feeling that we had on the push with the stool coming through the entire foot and not just the toe area. So I have a long handle set up, I have a low cable here. And from here, all I'm going to do is just load myself up in this position here, and I'm going to push out of it and just get that feeling of how I'm pushing off my entire foot instead of just pushing off my toe that direction. And again, this isn't like, we're not gonna take this one like a low to high. We're not going all the way up there. We're just gonna take it up to waist level on the other side so that we can feel the push and that feel of the push that you're getting off your trail foot. And we're gonna make sure that we're keeping our rear end back, chest covering the ball, okay? And we're gonna feel that a few times. So all we're trying to do here is feel that squat down in and lift out. How much I'm lifting off this trail leg and pushing more of a 45-degree angle off this trail leg, and lifting with the lead leg here. So this one's gonna be a 90-degree or basically straight up vertical on the left, and on the right, it's gonna feel more like a 45-degree push. So we're gonna do it again and just keep getting that feel of what you feel like there and how you're really popping off the ground. So try those 3 drills. One was to get some more width in your lead arm and in your lat, just so you have a little bit more flexibility there so you can keep more leverage. The first one was to help with that weight transfer and the push off the trail leg and feel how you have to get that lateral push off the trail leg. The third one is more about that vertical push in a sense. We're still gonna feel that load here because the weight's pulling me into it when I have the handle there. And then you're gonna feel that more of a 45-degree push off that trail leg. Remember, we're gonna incorporate more than just the toe. We gotta bring it back here into the heel a little bit too, which you've noticed by pushing on that stool, and then that vertical straight lift off that lead leg, okay? So almost feels like you're jumping, but you're not gonna leave the ground, but you will see a lot of female golfers that just don't have the mass or the power that some of the male golfers have. They actually will almost jump because they're generating so much ground force that they can get even more speed at the bottom of their golf swing. But give those drills a try. Let me know how they work out for you. Again, on the stool, take it easy. Make sure there's nothing in your way, nothing that could catch those wheels and make you fall over. If you have a partner behind you, have them follow and see how that works out for you. But really try that push. That'll really start to help you understand how that trail foot reacts with the ground. Width on the next one. And then here, that actual load and push to feel to get more power from your lower body, because that's where all your distance is going to come from is incorporating more of your lower body. The upper body muscles, I mean, you can do a leg press and you can do a bench press, and I can guarantee all of you can do more on a leg press than you can on a bench press. So incorporate those, and I hope this helps with your distance.